here. If you end up watching the replay, let me know. I'm really excited to talk about this today, and I know that may seem kind of silly. I'm excited to talk about vitamins. But it was something that I've been wanting to look into a little bit deeper myself because I have had this question in my head of why? Why multivitamins? And when did that start? And who made that a thing? And good afternoon, Lynette. So what was that all about? So, and you'll have to excuse me. My kids did come inside from playing outside, so you may hear them in the background, but that's okay. So, the multivitamin actually goes back as far as 1912 was when it was first discovered. Now, that seems like a long time, but truly, that means that multivitamin, like an actual pill, has only been around since 1941 was the first like actual multivitamin on the market. So just really interesting that it's been about 70 years that we've had multivitamins in the industry. But the discovery of multivitamins wasn't until the 19th century. And that happened by a guy by the name of Casimir Funk. So it was actually called vitamine at that point. And at that time, the first knowledge of vitamins and minerals was vitamin A, vitamin B1, 2, and 3, vitamin C and D, and then calcium and iron. But then in 1941, in response to a recognition of nutritional deficiencies in the soldiers, President Roosevelt actually created a National Nutrition Conference for Defense. So he wanted to help to support the health of the soldiers and created this conference. Yes? Okay. Oh, so so they did at that time. That was the first time that we saw the recommended daily allowances for those 6 vitamins and then the 2 minerals. So that was the first time that there was the RDAs or anything like that. Then they started creating the pills, get them out on the shelves, things like that. In 1973, a company by the name of Megafood was the first ones to be innovative in starting to use real food sources. So real foods and plant-based ingredients in our vitamins is less than 50 years old or about 50 years old. I found that a little disturbing to be totally honest, that it didn't start as real foods, but it started synthetic, and then the innovation was the use of real foods. Well, interesting. And it wasn't until 1968 that they discovered vitamin E and vitamins B6 and B12, as well as magnesium. And then now we've got vitamins K and the rest of the B vitamins and a whole host of additional minerals. So very interesting, the progression of the discovery of vitamins and minerals. They were marketed that they were, the reason that they were discovered was because they were finding diagnoses that weren't just due to toxins or viruses. And so through research, they found out that it was due to nutritional deficiencies. And then it was a team of scientists, physiologists, physicists, a whole host of different types of scientists that work together to find and discover the vitamins and minerals and then develop the supplements that we have today. So I found that all extremely fascinating. That's just something that I don't think too many people know the history behind it, so I hope that you also found that helpful to learn that. What I want to talk about today specifically is the sourcing of your vitamins. So knowing that the use of plants and real food for our vitamin sources is less than or just about 50 years old, kind of concerns me. But also, if you've seen some of my stuff, if you know kind of my background, knowing that the use of synthetics has been so prevalent for so long really makes sense of it. It's a key, it's a component, it's a factor in where we are today as a society, as far as our health. So I think it's really important that the knowledge of plant and food-based vitamins is out there, that you do have a choice, that these are available to you, and that it really is important that you make that a priority, because the synthetics, hi Diane, yes, Lynette, mom life for sure, that you don't have to just use what you find on the shelf. And yes, of course, there is the factor of cost that is going to play into it, but really, truly, you're getting what you pay for. I One of the things I think is important to know is that you do have some vitamins that will stay within the body and can become toxic if they stay too long, if you have them in excess. And then you have vitamins that are excreted in the urine regardless, because they're water soluble or they're fat soluble. So one of the first things that I am going to put out there as a recommendation is that if you have never had your vitamin and mineral levels checked through lab work, I highly recommend that. Knowing where your baseline is will help you to better determine what it is you need, so that you're not taking excess things. If you don't have a primary care, or if you don't have a functional medicine or someone in your life, someone in your healthcare team that orders those types of labs, there are some resources for ordering those types of labs yourself. You can do self-submission, even through, like, after you go and have it done, you can submit to your insurance company and have them see if they'll pay for the lab work. Sometimes they will, sometimes they don't. You got to call and check all that on your own. But just some options for you if you're ever interested in learning more about that and about yourself, that those do exist. You do have the ability to do that, even if you don't necessarily have, like myself right now, I don't have a primary care. So knowing that I can check those levels on my own is important. And I actually just learned that through a continuing education course that I took for my physical therapy licensure. So let me get into our multivitamin. So we have completely 100% whole food, plant-based multivitamin, okay? Our vitamin A is actually from mushrooms. Mushrooms themselves are one of the highest forms of vitamin A. So if you are a person who likes mushrooms, you likely are getting close to, depending on how many mushrooms you eat per day, of your daily necessary value of vitamin A. However, once you cook those mushrooms, which is how most people eat their mushrooms, you are cooking off some of the nutritional value. So it's really the raw mushroom that's giving you that highest content of the vitamin A. Our vitamin C is from acerola cherries. It is more potent than your oranges that we all know is vitamin C content. The other thing that's really interesting, I would love to know if other people knew this, and maybe maybe this is just me. So our seedless oranges are actually a modified form of the orange. And so anytime you start to see the modified versions of your fruits and vegetables, there is the potential that the nutritional value of those foods has also changed. So just know that. That's really important. The vitamin E that is sourced within our multivitamin is from a natto plant, and it is tocotrienol. You may have heard this in some of the other presentations that we've done in this group, but tocotrienols are 40 to 60 times more potent and have more protective ability than your more common form of vitamin E, which is tocopherol. Reason tocopherol is more common is it's more easily sourced. Tocotrienols are a little bit harder to source. So tocotrienols are the preferred version of vitamin E in order to protect your cells most effectively. Then in addition to those vitamins, we also have our calcium and iodine, which are plant-based minerals. So our calcium is sourced from algae, and our iodine is sourced from kelp. The algae is shown to inhibit bone loss. It's also mineral rich, and the iodine being sourced from kelp is high in antioxidants, and it's been known to be protective in regards to anti-cancer as well as cardiovascular health. So when it comes to minerals in your multivitamin, so your minerals, you want them to be chelated. If you have not heard us say that before, I'll explain it real quick. So a chelated mineral means that it is wrapped in an amino acid. By being wrapped in that amino acid, it is at the highest bioavailability that it can be for your body, Minerals are one of the hardest nutrients for our bodies to extract and utilize and know what to do with. So by having them chelated, your body is more easily going to be able to know and utilize what it's supposed to from that. Ours come from a glycinate complex, so glycine is the amino acid, and this has been shown it's through a specific process called the real amino acid chelated system, TRACS. So that is a well-researched, it's been around many years, you can look that up as far as the way that our minerals are chelated. So I am going to go through the different minerals and what they are important for, because I think it is key to know when you see this list of minerals on the back of your multivitamin, what's it for and why? And so that if you don't see one of these on the label of a multivitamin, you know that, you know what, I need that because I have one of these things going on and I need that support as much as I can get. So the first one is magnesium. Our magnesium is sourced from algae. Magnesium is really important for the enzymatic processes that go on in our body. It's one of the main electrolytes, so helping our fluid balance internally. So magnesium is also very commonly recommended for those that suffer from migraines or different types of headaches because of the fluid balance as well as the electrolyte function of the ionic charge, and it also has a role in the nervous system. So very important mineral. Zinc is also a key component to more than 100 enzymatic processes. So zinc with your enzymes is what's going to help your body function properly. So zinc is a key mineral that you want to have on a daily basis. Selenium is another one. This is also important in enzymes, okay? This actually helps our bodies to make DNA and helps us protect against cell damage and infections. And it is also involved in the reproduction and the metabolism of thyroid hormones. So selenium would be an important component for anyone with any type of thyroid dysfunction. Copper is a precursor for iron production. So interestingly enough, I will get to this when I get into our blends. None of our products actually say iron. They don't have iron additives in them, but copper as the precursor is going to help your body in iron production and making sure it has what it needs to create the iron it should have. Manganese is another mineral. This helps to form connective tissue, bones, blood clotting factors, and sex hormones. It plays a role in metabolism, in the absorption of calcium, and in blood sugar regulation. And it's another one that's important for normal brain and nerve function. Chromium is important for blood sugar management. It helps to move glucose from the bloodstream so that the cells in our body can use that glucose, use that sugar for energy rather than it sitting in our blood, which is what elevates our glucose levels. So by using that energy, it gives our cells energy, which gives our bodies energy. Molybdenum is a important mineral because it helps us process proteins and genetic material like DNA. So it helps us go through do what it needs to do with all of that. It also helps to break down drugs and toxic substances that enter the body. So it's part of our defense system, molybdenum. So I've talked about immunity. You can go back and watch those videos. But molybdenum is another important mineral to our defense system. Potassium is another one of our electrolytes, so helping with that fluid regulation. But it is most important for inside our cells, and it is the counterpart or the partner to sodium, which maintains fluid levels outside of the cells. So you need both. And potassium is also really important in the contraction of muscles and helping to support normal blood pressure. Then we've got two more. We have boron, which promotes the proper metabolism of vitamins and minerals, and vanadium, which increases energy production and muscle recovery, and it is recommended for those with diabetes, cancer, and bone health. So again, really important components of our daily nutrition that you can get from your foods because all of ours are food or plant-based. But if you are not getting these in your diet, it is important to have a supplement that you know has good sourcing in order to feed that into the body. Now, those are our vitamins and minerals, but then we get into our microbiome food blend. We also have a cellular health blend and then our enzyme blend. So I'm going to talk about each of these because the ingredients of these blends are just amazing, absolutely astounding as far as how powerful they are in helping our body. Now, most of these are herbs or other extracts. Specifically, the herbs, we know that these will get into your system and help your body, teach your body what to do as far as these enzymatic processes, and then you won't need it as much. Okay, so once your body is functioning at a better level, at a higher efficiency, you don't need it as much. Okay, so within the microbiome food blend, we have ashwagandha root. This is a medicinal herb. It has been shown to have functions in anxiety, stress, depression, boost fertility and testosterone, boost brain function. Really powerful herb. Dandelion leaf extract has high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. There's actually some great recipes out there on eating dandelions, and you will see dandelion root powder is dandelion root tea has become more popular because of the health benefits of it. Okay. Shiitake mushroom powder is a great source. I talked about mushrooms. So shiitake mushrooms specifically are a great source of B vitamins and fiber. They've been known to lower cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, and increase immune health. We've got goji berry fruit powder. This will improve athletic performance, sleep, help with weight loss, immunity. Just amazing. So many things. Also another antioxidant. We've got camu fruit powder. This is a superfood because of the other nutrients within it. Also an immune system support. It has a protein that supports your skin, bones, and muscles. Again, a high antioxidant. So just amazing. Helps with blood sugar regulation, has antimicrobial properties, and also blood pressure management. Then we've got wild yam root extract. This has been used to treat hormonal conditions such as menopause and PMS, as well as alleviate symptoms of arthritis. We have noni fruit powder, used for joint health, physical endurance, immune activity, inhibits the proteins not being able to be used within the body. Trying to put that in layman's terms. Aids in weight management, helps to maintain bone health, helps maintain normal blood pressure, and improve gum health. So it's got a role in our oral health is good, which we know is the start to our gut health. Acai, I always say that wrong. Berry extract. So these have anthocyanins, which is what gives the berries, specifically their deep purple color, but it's also high in antioxidants. It could help with cholesterol levels by decreasing total and LDL cholesterol, and has been shown to have anti-cancer effects. We have carrot powder, which is, again, another antioxidant. Guys, if you know anyone who has been under high levels of stress or knows that they've been told that they've got free radical damage in their body, these antioxidants are so important in reducing those free radicals and in inhibiting that systemic inflammation in the body. Also known to be high in vitamins and minerals. It's a cell protection as well as protects proteins and enzymes from environmental stress. And then finally in this blend, there's sunflower oil powder, which is linked to heart health, skin health, preventing arthritis and asthma and cancer, improving the immune system, hair health, and digestion. And I think there was more. I just took the top ones. So that is all within our microbiome food blend. So that's helping your cells throughout your system. Then we also have an additional cellular health blend that's within the multivitamin. Within here, you're going to find the Resveratrol Complex, which is from Japanese knotwood. This is full of polyphenols, which is a plant chemical substance known to be high in antioxidants. Grapeseed extract, known for its benefits in cardiovascular health. Green tea extract, which is systemically amazing. Weight loss, blood sugar regulation, assist in exercise recovery, lowering blood fat levels, regulating blood pressure, improving brain health. Pumpkin powder, high in antioxidants. That is a word, guys, that is just all throughout all of these. Also, it has alpha and beta carotene. You've got olive leaf extract. It's protective in a number of ways: cancer, nervous system, digestion, pain, inflammation, antioxidant. But it also has been shown to help with weight loss, heart health, and specifically herpes breakouts. So that was the olive leaf extract. Broccoli sprout powder, personally not a super big fan of broccoli, but that's just me. So I'll take it in powder form. It can be taken by mouth for prostate cancer, schizophrenia, high cholesterol, allergy, asthma, cancer, and stomach ulcers as well. And I mean, I wouldn't recommend opening our vitamin and rubbing it on your skin, but if you separate out broccoli sprout powder on its own, it can be applied to skin to prevent sunburn. So turn it into a salve. Kind of interesting. Lutein from the marigold flower and zeaxanthin, both from the marigold flower. These have been shown to help with blood glucose levels, antioxidants, and eye health. And the zeaxanthin specifically protects from the harmful effects of oxidation and light-induced damage. So really neat, all of that combined. And then on top of all that, right, you add in the enzyme blend. And the enzyme is what's going to help your body break all of this down, as well as whatever food you've eaten, so that it can extract even more of the nutrients from what you've eaten. And so there's an enzyme in here to help break down fats and lipids and proteins and starches and sugars and all of it. Every source of food that you can think of, we have fiber, we have an enzyme that's going to help break it down. But in addition, and I had to look this up, within our enzyme blend is molasses. And I was like, why? Why molasses? Well, I didn't understand that molasses is actually a plant-based food. I knew that, but it's rich in iron. And so it has specifically been recommended to be used as a supplement to treat iron deficiency anemia, which is a condition caused by your inability to absorb iron or not having it in your diet. I'm almost done. Out there, please. So really interesting that was included into the blend of the multivitamin as well. So you can see we have a scientific advisory board member, Dr. Burkle, who has basically said that this is one of the most comprehensive and complete multivitamins that he has ever seen. And I think from everything that I just explained to you, you can see why it is so good for your internal cellular health, as well as just the systemic health of your body. So if you have any questions, if you would like to know more, if you would like, Diane, which part? Okay, so the low iron, Diane. So within the balanced multivitamin, there is molasses, which is been recommended for iron supplementation. But in addition, any product containing copper is a precursor to iron, so that also helps in iron production and teaching the body to create the iron that's needed, rather than a lot of people don't tolerate iron-specific supplementation on its own because it's a difficult mineral for the body to digest. So I hope that helps answer that. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. If you would like to see, what I will do is I will actually put in the comments here the picture of our ingredient list so you can take a look at that more specifically. But it's getting loud in the background here, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I hope you all have a wonderful and beautiful weekend and a happy Friday.